Sharon, what the fuck is this?
Oh, no, Paul, I didn't mean to.
There is rallycross in my perfectly delicious street racing meal. Don't make me fucking smack you, woman. This is going way too far. And that's exactly how a portion of the community reacted to Ghost putting Rally in Need for Speed Payback. The difference with Heat is the fact that Rally wasn't required to complete the game as it was with Payback. So today we're going to be looking at all aspects of Rallycross and Need for Speed Heat. Is it any good? Is it awful? Is it necessary? I don't know if that's the right word to use, but fuck it, I'm gonna roll with it anyway. And before we hop into the video, subscribe if you're new and like the video if you guys do happen to enjoy this so I could pay for cooking lessons for my wife. A rally mode hasn't been present in a Need for Speed game ever up until Payback.
Oh, Richard, you big fucking dumbass. The Need for Speed had V-Rally.
Well, joke's on you, Zoomer, because V-Rally isn't actually a Need for Speed game. V-Rally is its own series with the Need for Speed name. We're not here to talk about that though. The point I'm trying to make is Need for Speed never really had a rally mode until Payback because I assume they wanted to please a wider audience of people, like how porn stars do different types of porn. A coincidence, and by God, I hope it's a coincidence, that Ghost made Need for Speed games have is 3 to 5 primary overpowered cars in each racing class. In Payback, if you wanted to win a rally race at a competitive level, you had to either use the Bel Air, the RSR, or the 65 Mustang. Along with the restriction put on the amount of cars that can compete at a moderately high skill level, was the awful feeling off-road handling model that was in Payback. It constantly felt like the game was choosing how the car was meant to act because of its really bad on-rail tight beat physics. The worst part of all of this is the fact that the game required you to do rallying because it was part of the story, and how it was just consistently voted for by a bunch of Bel Air using brainlet virgins on voting screens. And you also may be asking yourself, Richard, why does this matter? 'Cause context matters. See this awful tweet? Now you see the context. See? And if you were to ask me what Need for Speed Payback's off-roading gameplay was like summed up in a nutshell, it would just be a hot, stinky, steamy pile of garbage being sifted through by a homeless crackhead in the middle of San Francisco. In Need for Speed Heat, Rally is often swept under the rug regarding popularity just because of how fun the rest of the game is, mainly being the road racing and the pursuits. But the thing is, they've actually done Rally very well, heaps and bounds better than Payback. It was until I had about 60 to 70 hours into the game, which was probably the grand total that I put into Payback, that I dunked my little piggies into the water with rallying. No, not those ones. Oh god, not those ones. There you go. My initial thoughts were, how bad is this gonna be? And from what I've experienced, it's leaps and bounds better than Payback's awful rallying. The cars actually have a predictable sense of direction and you don't feel like you're just praying that you'll make it through the next corner. The rally suspension actually feels like rally suspension with its constant contact with whatever surface you're driving on. As far as the physics are concerned, for a rally mode in an arcade game with extremely arcadey physics, Ghost did a great job with the off-road handling model. It's actually really fun, flows well, and works predictably and efficiently at times. Because sometimes your car just wants to bounce up and down uncontrollably and you can't turn. This is what I like to call the off-roading version of clipping, because you can't avoid it on-road, and then of course you're not able to avoid it off-road. And this will actually ruin a race for you because your car will just start bouncing up and down like a 65 Impala going down Beverly Hills Boulevard, blasting some Easy E. But other than the semi-rare occurrences where you do understeer going fucking straight, you can actually feel the car's weight and handling limits when entering any corner. But it was until I actually started playing through the rally campaign that I realized Ghost actually spent way more time on the map than you think. When you cut through fields and trails that transition down hills, under underpasses, and onto beaches seamlessly, you can really appreciate the immense attention to detail that Ghost put into the map creation. And honestly, if Need for Speed, which is a game focused on street racing, was like Forza in the aspect that their series is aimed at all types of driving, I feel like this would be much more appreciated than it actually is being appreciated currently because no one's talking about it. On the subject of rally gameplay, which is well, pretty much the fucking main point of this video, let's talk about the accessibility and points to playing rally events. Firstly, I should say off-roading in this game is as optional as hitting that motherfucking subscribe button, baby. Anyway, I think in the entire original playthrough of Need for Speed Heat, I played one rally event, and I honestly don't even remember if it was optional or required or not, but regardless, I completed the game without even touching a rally event more than once. And honestly, you're in full control because you could do as many rally events as you want, and if you don't want to do it, it doesn't interrupt your story progress or unlocks. Except for Roshni's disgusting fucking pickup truck and Joe's Polestar. And talking about Roshni, she's the main character guiding you through the optional rally portion of the campaign. Hold up, wait. How the fuck do you say her name? Is it Roshni? Nah. Could it be Roshni? Nah, that low-key, that sounds like a skin condition. Ah, there you go, that's the one. Honestly, all you get out of the storyline is a couple of parts that are a lower level than a $7,500 part that you can purchase in the shop. Much like the other driving stories. I know you could probably go back to the shop and buy some parts with races that you've done, but in the meantime, here's some pocket lint and a used condom. That, and you also get to dive into your character's personality and placement in the world of Palm City. Playing through the campaign has been enjoyable, but please, shut the entire fuck up about your crush that you have on Anna. And Anna, please shut the fuck up about you telling me that you got the squirts from eating a burger at a restaurant.
Yeah, they're chicken burger. I had one last night and oh man, this morning was no fun.
And our final section of the video is this edition of Is This Need for Speed Cars Still OP? And also just talking about the rally cars in general. One thing to mention is, don't buy a truck. Yes, the power may be crazy, but you can always put the same amount of power, if not a similar amount of power, into something like a Miata that weighs literally 5 times as less as a fucking Colorado ZR2. However, I must say, the customization options for the ZR2 do indeed make my PP very hard. And at the end of the day, it's purely all up to you honestly. But for a quicker and more enjoyable rally experience, I'd kinda stick to cars to the most part. So yeah, now we're gonna take 4 cars that I personally think would do well off-roading, and we're gonna time them on the same track and then compare them in the end. Run numero uno in the Subaru WRX. Fuck off, fettuccine. So off the start, for whatever reason, the fucking launch is garbage on this fucking car, even though it's all-wheel drive. But I have been using this car to go through the rally campaign, and honestly, it's pretty fucking good. And like in previous Need for Speed games, every rally car has an off-road top speed, and in this car, it seems to be around 145 miles per hour-ish. I would say it's one of the best rally cars, but then again, I haven't tried any other car off-road, so ignore me. So first run in the WRX, 2:24:22. Alright, run number 2, Mazda Miata. Alright, here we go. In the Miata, the launch is still garbage, but at least it gains traction like fucking, 2 seconds after I launch. Fuck off! The only downside is the fact that I have to deal with these piss babies ramming into me. However, the drift boost on it is kinda crazy. To be honest, I feel like I've been sliding around a lot less in the Miata, so who the fuck knows, maybe this is faster. This camera shake is gonna give me a fucking stroke. But yeah, I think that was leaps and bounds better than the WRX. Let's see, 2:22:19. That was a whole 2 seconds fucking better than the WRX, Jesus Christ. Alright, run number 3, yucky. To be honest, if you're actually skilled at this game and you use the RSR for anything, whether it be rally or road racing, you deserve the death sentence. With the Subaru, all you have to do is turn and it will slide out. With the RSR, it literally grips to the floor like my ass on peanut. It actually didn't want to slide out by itself. I actually had to force it to slide out. Jesus Christ. Okay, this car actually grips a lot off-road. So far, thank God, this car is probably the worst out of the 2 previous ones. Alright, and the final curve, and this car is the fucking worst. 2:26:76. Wow. Alright, final run. Run numero quattro. It's Fresh Prince time. Alright, if Jesus exists, please, this car cannot be good, please. Alright, so far with this car, I feel like I've noticed some balanced OP-ness. The car is crazy slow around corners. However, the acceleration and the speed. However, around the final switchback, yeah, the fucking speed around corners is where this car literally dies. But regardless of the cornering, this seems pretty good. So the Bel Air places 2:23:12. So these are the standings across all 4 of the cars on Green Monster. So overall, let's give a round of applause for the Mazda Miata. Woo! Mazda Miata, woo! If you're not interested in unlocking Joe's Polestar 1 or Roshni's horrendous truck, I would honestly still recommend making a cute little rally build and trying it. Overall, if off-roading keeps its place in a Need for Speed game, I'd like it to return exactly how it was in Heat, where it's not required or a main staple. However, if you want to get a couple of extra unlocks, it gives it a purpose instead of just being there. Although I did speak highly of the handling model due to how much it improved from Payback, it still definitely has its faults. And in a nutshell, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'd definitely give this rally mode 7 Cummins turbo diesels out of 1 Audi S1 Quattro.